The USCCB has voted to increase the tax rate on dioceses by 3%. At the November USCCB meeting, Archbishop Chaput spoke in opposition to this tax increase. He said, "I don't think everything the USCCB does benefits the Archdiocese of Philadelphia." Well, he's at the mandatory retirement age for bishops, so he's not going to be in power very much longer to speak out against this stuff. But the resolution at the USCCB meeting didn't pass, and I think it might have been Cardinal DiNardo, said, well, we'll wait until later on so that we could get more bishops to vote on this. It was pretty clear they wanted the resolution to pass, and in the CNA article, the Catholic News Agency article, it said that it passed at the exact number they needed, 130 votes, which is exactly 2/3 majority. What a coincidence! Or maybe not. The USCCB, under Cardinal Bernardine, they rigged the vote for communion in the hand. They didn't get the votes that they needed to pass it initially, so Cardinal Bernardine started writing in votes for bishops who weren't there. Now, a lot of lay people are going to say, well, something like a tax increase is not as important as something as significant as communion in the hand, something as catastrophic as communion in the hand. But I mean, to the USCCB, money is pretty important, and that's been very evident over the past few years, as most of their budget comes from government funding, and they have lost a significant amount of government funding over the past year because of Trump's immigration policies, which is why you see immigration take an increasingly urgent priority in the USCCB's agenda. With the tax increase on the dioceses, the USCCB is trying to squeeze out as much money as possible. So I'm wondering, when will one of these bishops, just one of these bishops, stand up and say, we're not giving a single cent to the USCCB, our diocese is removing itself from the authority of the USCCB, and we're going to do things our own way. We're going to disassociate ourselves from this horribly corrupt organization. Can we just get one bishop to do that? I'll tell you why that's going to be a tough task. Some of the better bishops are from smaller dioceses. These dioceses receive extra funding from the Catholic Home Missions Appeal. It's a second collection administered by the USCCB. I posted a video on this a while back. The Catholic Home Missions Appeal is one of the USCCB's less corrupt, second collections because it just redistributes money. But of course, some of that money ends up in the dioceses of corrupt bishops to spend on whatever they want. But some of the money goes to good bishops, and it could be like $100,000, $200,000. And just think about that. They could hire a few additional employees. It could help to renovate churches in the diocese, just do a lot of good for the area and the region. So a lot of these dioceses would lose that money if they disassociated with the USCCB, which is why I think a lot of bishops might be hesitant to disassociate themselves with the corruption of the USCCB. But I think it's a necessary step in order for us as the Catholic Church to regain credibility in the United States.